everyone, it's Clarice and this is Clarice Reads. Two things that you may know about me. One, that I love comics, and two, that one of my main reading goals for this year is to read more diversely, at least in terms of the countries that I'm reading from. And while I've been reading a lot of different novels from a bunch of different places, I'm not as happy with my progress in my comic reading. So to remedy that, I turned to Google and eventually came up with a list of 6 graphic novels that are now definitely on my radar that I hope to get to within the next few months. Coincidentally, all 6 of them come from different continents, so I've definitely covered my bases here. While I'm talking about them, I will leave links on the screen to relevant video reviews in case you'd like to hear the thoughts of someone who's actually already read these books. The first graphic novel I'm going to talk about, which is also probably the first one that I'm going to get to, is Essex County by Jeff Lemire. Now, I've read Jeff Lemire's work before, but I had no idea that he was Canadian. And Essex County is actually a trilogy of graphic novels that is set in a version of Jeff Lemire's hometown. So this trilogy actually follows this whole community and how it grows and what it experiences throughout several years. I've heard from several sources that this is among Jeff Lemire's best work, and I already know that I love Jeff Lemire's work. Next is Two Brothers by Fabio Moon and Gabriel Ba, which is about these Brazilian twins, and it's actually also written by Brazilian twins. It's a story about family and the conflicts within this family, and especially between the twins, and also how these decisions and these conflicts affect the rest of the family and their lives. I've heard wonderful things about this graphic novel, as well as the twins' other novel, Day Tripper, and I've been wanting to read these two for a while, actually. So hopefully I can get to one or both of them sometime soon. Next is technically not a graphic novel, but instead a graphic memoir, and that is Persepolis by Marjan Satrapi. I'm sure most of you have already heard of this. I've been seeing it around BookTube for a while now, and I've only heard wonderful things, but in case you didn't know, this is a graphic memoir about Marjan's childhood and early adulthood in Iran during the Islamic Revolution. I've heard that it's heartbreaking and eye-opening, and at this point I don't feel anymore that it's a book that I just want to read, but a book that I need to read. I also want to read Aya by Marguerite Aboué, which is set in the Ivory Coast in Africa, and it follows Aya and her friends and her family and just the general goings-on in their community. Sounds fun and light-hearted, but also like a great opportunity to learn about a culture other than my own. Moving on to Australia, The Arrival by Sean Tan is a graphic novel about a man that has to leave his wife and children to go abroad and work there and to secure a future for his family. This graphic novel is really unique in the sense that it tells this heartbreaking story through pictures alone. There are literally no words here. I've heard that the words in the pictures are not even shown through actual letters, but like some made-up alphabet. And it looks beautiful. So this is not only a graphic novel that I want to read, but also one that I really want to own. I mean, look at it. And lastly, which is probably the one that I'm most excited to read, is Black Sad from Spanish writer Juan Diaz Canales. It's a graphic novel series about a private investigator, and it's a crime noir style series, and all the characters are animals. I've heard that it's mysterious, that it's hard-hitting in the sense that it is not afraid to deal with more serious issues, and that the art is amazing and it looks amazing, the illustration, the coloring, and I really hope that I can find a physical copy of this because it's another one that I want to own. So those are some of the international graphic novels that are on my radar and that I hope to read soon. Do you have any graphic novel recommendations from any of the countries I mentioned or from any other countries? Have you read any of these and what did you think about it? Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!